and welcome back to the Tide Sew Along. This is day number 4. We have finished our bodice completely, and today we are going to assemble our skirt. We're going to attach it to our bodice, and we are going to finish our hemming on the skirt and the sleeves. So without further ado, let's get started. The next step is to put the skirt together. So we're going to take our 2 circle skirt pieces, whether you have the full circle or the half circle. We're going to put one of the pieces face up, and we're going to take the other piece and put it right sides together with that piece. Just like that. Now what we need to do is sew the side seams of our skirt. So we're going to sew this straight edge here and this straight edge here with right sides together. Again, we're going to make sure to use the right seam allowance. So I'm going to start with my sewing machine, and then because these seams are not hidden, I'm going to finish the edges with my serger. Make sure your sewing machine has a stitch length of 2 or similar, whatever you like to use for your construction. There we have it. So you can see that I have sewn my side seams with my sewing machine, and now I'm going to run it through my serger. And when I do that, I'm going to attempt to take off some of the width of my seam allowance to cut down on the bulk at the waist seam. Now we can turn that right side out, and this is the part that we are going to attach to our bodice. So let's bring our bodice back. So the first thing I like to do when I'm attaching a skirt to a bodice is line up the side seams. So we need to make sure that this is right sides together. So I place my bodice on top, kind of with the side seams in the right spot, and I'm folding my skirt over top. Then I'm going to turn it to the side, and I'm going to find the side seam on my bodice, which is right here, and the side seam on my skirt, which is right here. And I'm going to match those up and pin them in place. There we go. Okay, flip it around and do the same on the other side. Find my side seams, match them up, pin it in place. Now, in order to pin the skirt to the back bodice, I'm going to stretch the back bodice just slightly until I have no puckers left in my elastic, and that should be the right fit for the circle skirt. And I'm just going to pin all the way along. There you go, that should be a perfect fit. Flip it around and we'll pin the skirt to the bodice. You shouldn't have to do any stretching at all on the front bodice. So just simply line up the raw edges and pin. Perfect. And now you can use the proper seam allowance if you like here. It also gives it a little more stability if you have someone who likes to pull down on their skirt. It's always good to use the sewing machine first and then finish the edges with a serger. I think I'm just going to use my serger here. I like to do it around a couple times and then we will be done attaching our skirt to our bodice. Now we have this beautiful looking garment, and the next thing we have to do is our hemming. So before we start hemming, I'm going to finish the edge of the bottom of my skirt. I'm going to do it with my serger again, but you could do it with a zigzag skirt. You could not do it at all if you wanted to. Tie off my serger tails and give it a snip. There we have it. So now we need to start folding our skirt for the hem. And in order to do that, I actually don't use my iron until after I have it pinned, and I'll explain to you why after. Whew. So what I like to do is match up, start at one of the side seams and match up the side seams where I hem it here. Okay. And I actually like to pin it from the outside because I am going to be sewing from the outside. Then I go a little bit further away than I'd like, and I make another fold, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 inches away from my last pin, and I pin that in place. Then, since it's all gapey and crazy here, I just take my 2 pins that I put in and stretch it ever so slightly so that that gaping part starts to lay flat, and I do 2 more pins within those 2 pins that I did. So right where my thumbs are now, I'm going to do 2 more pins. And you can still see that in between my pins, they're a little bit gapy, but when I go to press that, it's not going to show very much. So I'm going to do that all the way around. So from my last pin that I did, I'm going to go over another 6 or 7 inches and put in another pin, and then put pins in between those 2. So I have got my double needle here. It looks like this. Looks like this. It has one shaft and 2 needles. And I'm going to put that in my machine. Put your other needle somewhere safe. You might as well take this opportunity to change your needle. I use white thread in my bobbin because on the back of Cotton Lycra it's white anyway, so I don't even bother changing my bobbin thread. Then I have my thread stand behind my machine here, you can sort of see it, and I'm going to use a navy thread for my top threads. So I'm going to load my machine with those. Giving the thread a fresh cut at the end helps us load the needles much quicker. Perfect. I'm going to turn stitch length to a 3, and I'm just going to use a regular stitch. And there you have it. You will want to give your hem a good press. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's a little bit wavy, but as soon as you press it, it will look perfect. Okay, now that we have our double needle on our machine, we are going to circle back to our sleeves. So I'm going to go and
pin the hems of my sleeves where I want them. We already have that nice crease on our sleeves to help us. There we go. I like to fold it in half just to make sure that everything is nice and straight. Looks good. There we go, that's what the hem on the sleeve looks like. You could always use a zigzag instead of the double needle. And you just need to give that a press. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other side. And there you have it. We are finished our dress or top. And it'll look something like this. It's got the adorable puffed sleeves, a big twirly skirt or a less twirly skirt if you did the half circle, nicely hemmed sleeves, and everything is pressed and ready to go.
Congratulations on finishing your tied twist back dress or top. I had so much fun doing this sew along, and I cannot wait to do another one. Thank you so much to Simple Life Pattern Company for providing me with the tied pattern and a discount code for all of you. And thank you so much to Northern Fabric for providing me with the gorgeous fabric that is, again, incredible to work with. I love the prints that they offer, and their bases are top notch. So thank you so much, and I will see you at the next sew along.